Hello everyone! We are on the way to the Macao Museum. Ruins of St. Paul is on our right. Oh, it's raining today, but our trip will continue as usual.
Let me introduce today's trip plan. Today is week 12. This trip will last about 3 hours from 1:50 to 5:20. Due to the museum is located in the center of Macau, there are many bus routes can help us to reach there. The fee of the museum is 15 mo. Because we are students, we just need to pay 8 mo. So don't forget to bring your student ID card.
Hi guys, good afternoon. Here is Group 2. I'm Red.
I'm Tony.
I'm Louis.
I'm Sam.
We are going to introduce the Macau Museum to you. So let's go!
The first purpose of our project is to combine the knowledge between the management we learned from class and visiting the Macau Museum that we discovered. The second purpose is that visiting the Macau Museum can learn the Macanese culture and witness the historical change in Macau. This time, we choose Macau Museum as our attraction. Macau Museum was established in 1998 and is one of the greatest museums in Macau SAR. It demonstrates the historical change in Macau during the past centuries. There are 3 floors which introduce the history, folk customs, and contemporary Macau separately.
Our trip not only prepared for students in our college, but also for everyone who is willing to visit the Macau Museum and those who want to learn about the culture and history of Macau.
Then let's talk about the external analysis. The first part is about technological. The exhibits are placed on 3 different floors. Because of this, it's more convenient for people to visit the Macau Museum to find something they like. And the next part is economic. When the economy is growing, employment is full, and prices are stable, marketing products is easier because customers are willing to visit there and buy some souvenirs. And the third part is social culture. Macau Museum also have to focus on social and cultural factors that can affect sales. If they want to sell their products and souvenirs, meeting the needs of customers is really important.
You may curious why we choose Macau Museum as our attraction. I'd like to answer this question. First, Macau Museum is a great museum in Macau SAR. It is the top museum of the industries over the past few years. Second, Macau Museum presents the unique things which combine the Chinese culture and Portuguese culture. Third, the location of Macau Museum is reasonable and it is close to the ruins of St. Paul and other attractions. Fourth, Macau Museum shows the historical change in Macau during the past centuries. We learn the decision-making process from our management class and use it in our trip plan.
Now just look at these pictures. We find a problem. We are not sure which museum to choose for this trip. So we select these 5 areas to help us to choose the attraction. We set the criteria and weight the exhibition number, area, transportation, knowledge, and themes. The detail was showed on this picture. In this picture, we will introduce the developed alternatives. We select 5 different museums: Macau Museum, Macau Grand Prix Museum, Macau Museum of Art, Maritime Museum, Science Museum. We weight these museums in 5 different areas: exhibit number, area, transportation, knowledge, and themes. And the result is Macau Museum got the highest score, 278. We selecting implementing an alternative, evaluating discussion effectiveness. So our conclusion is to choose Macau Museum as our attraction.
Let's talk about 4 management functions: organizing, planning, leading, and controlling. So let's talk about organizing first. organize our group members as the staff of this activity, and then we have 2 staffs walk at the front and the back of the line to protect our visitors are in line. Graham lead the visitors to explain history and culture of Macau. Tony answer questions from visitors and lead them to the souvenir shop. Visitors are invited to taste coffee and desserts at the cafe.
Then we talk about planning. Our plan is feed these visitors who are willing to learn the history and culture of Macau. Then our visitors are students, so improve the knowledge is the plan of this trip. We will try our best to prepare the reasonable visiting route for the visitors. And we will tell visitors some stories and give some pictures to make them interested in the trip. Then we talk about leading. The purpose of the visit is to let everyone understand the history and culture of Macau. Everyone has their own preference. Lead them enjoy this trip is very important. Grant is the leader of our team. During the trip, he was responsible for directing and organizing members to serve visitors and solve their problems.
And then I need to talk about controlling. First, we will answer the question about exhibits in the museum. Let students learn new knowledge is that we must ensure. The second one is set up a session where students have the opportunity to share the knowledge learned from the museum. The third one is we are going to improve our social and logical thinking skills while traveling. Our aim is to learn while travel while learning.
Let's talk about motivating. Because we are in Macau, we have a good traveling environment. Our team is united and good at discussion. We treat discussion as debate and think positively. The members of our team have their own shortcomings, but we improve each other in the discussion. Our team got to know each other and came to trust each other in the discussions. We also promoted or improved our own values during the discussion.
This is the comparison of expectation and actual experience. We select 6 fields. Location and transportation are convenience just as our expectation, but we think the amount of exhibits are not enough. It doesn't have enough space for visitors to leisure and discussion. We select a work day to have our trip, so there are not many people in the museum. The visiting experience is very good. The appearance is ordinary. It's just like a museum, a square ordinary building with no artistic design. According to the status of the museum, we expect it is a gorgeous museum, but it isn't. With our perfect schedule, time distribution is complete enough. It's really good news.
Then we list some problems happened in the trip. First, not everyone has the same amount of responsibility. Some people contribute very little, which leads to some members having too much work. The next one is the conversation between staff and visitor was very pleasant. Due to insufficient time, we could not have dinner together, and there are not enough discussion between members during activities. Everyone wants to express their opinions and thoughts, but it was time to finish. For this activity, we did not have a special cameraman to take videos, so we could not leave enough impression materials for reference.
We also provide some solution to solve these problems. Number 1, we can determine the individual ability of the members through the interview, so as to avoid the uneven situation of personnel level. Number 2, communicate with event members in advance to ensure that everyone has enough time for team activities. Number 3, adding more time for discussion allows us to exchange ideas in a deeper way and gives activities more additional meaning. Number 4, prepare a photographer to follow the whole process for us to leave activity material and memories. Only in this way we can make this trip better.
When we go to the souvenir shop, we can buy some media products, culture and creative products, such as CD, bags, stamp, and tape. These products are from 10 MOP to 30 MOP. These products will be available in souvenir shop and vending machine at the Macao Museum. There are two places that offer the stamps. Visitors can stamp as souvenirs. The first place has the stele with Chinese name and the Portuguese name of Macao Museum. This seal is Macao characteristics Chinese style. And then, when we want to leave the Macao Museum, we find that there is another place that can offer visitors to stamp. This seal presents the map of Macao Museum. After our visit to the museum, we can go to the cafe next to the museum to have a rest and taste the special drinks. In the coffee shop, visitors can discuss the historical cultural knowledge they have learned during the trip and share it with their fellow travelers. This deepens visitors' impression of Macao Museum.
So, in conclusion, Macao Museum is a museum which witnesses the history and culture of Macao.
At the same time, visiting the Macao Museum is a very useful way for college students to learn the culture and history of Macao.
We can improve our understanding of management, which combines our research of Macao Museum.
This is the end of our vlog. Thank you for your listening.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.